Good morning. I am higher vibrations, and so are you. And amazing day. We've had a lot going on the past couple of days. It's been going on for some time. Some fascinating things are occurring. Um, right now, Neptune is moving into Aries for the first time in 14 years. And so there's a lot of things going on as a result of this. Now, this hasn't happened for 164 years. Like what was that? That was the day before Civil War was the last time that we were in this kind of planetary um, energy that we're getting right now. And the fact that it's going into Aries, we're having all this action stuff happening. A lot of us are coming in out of a year of inaction with finally actions back, and this is back big time. And so it's just super exciting. Like it is going to retrograde back into Pisces again. I think it's going to do it in January. Yeah, so let's see, it retrogrades um, um, on the 22nd of October, and it stays retrograde in Pisces rather than Aries. Neptune stays in Pisces until January 2026, and then it'll go back over into Aries again. So there's a lot of stuff. I just think it's really cool, all the amazing synchronicities over timelines, over the time frames, the last 164 years ago. And this has been kind of a fun thing to do. Stop and think about what you were doing and who you were 14 years ago. Because when I was getting all this information, Spirit suggested that, being that was the beginning of the inhalation, as they put it. So we were taking the big inhalation, and the last 2 years have been the hardest part about it. So I'm like super excited that it's today. We're here. We did a lot of heavy shifting the past couple of days, starting on Tuesday for a lot of us. So we've had an increase in a lot of different kinds of ascension symptoms, weird acid reflux, super common reports of like foot, specifically right foot, which is really fascinating. There's a whole study of this called reflexology, where you can see how one part of your body or on your foot is affected. It's telling you other parts of your body are having things going on. It's just crazy. Anyway, so that's the side of the body that's the divine masculine as well. And that's also the action spot, the action place. So a lot of stuff about the ears. A lot of us had this weird pop thing that happened around between Tuesday and Thursday. Everyone seems to have a different report, but it's kind of fun to compare notes and bring that out, and just so you guys know, if you had that, we all had that, and the emotional outbursts that are coming out. A lot of people are noticing. I'm not feeling it, like mostly euphoria. Like this euphoric sensation that I'm having is so profound, so profound that I'm really not able to focus that well, because I'm just like in the euphoria of it. And it's been like that for me. Though some people are the other side, and there's a lot of people in the middle, and however, even in this intense euphoric sensation that I've been having this week, I'm feeling like this little, like, on your chin, like you're trying to cry. There's mourning. How you just kind of feel that, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel emotions like that. And I'm feeling like, it feels like grief from the time of the Fae. It doesn't specifically of that people. It's very fascinating. It's something that hasn't been cried out is all. And so a lot of us are feeling that. So you might notice it. So I'm going to grab it, say hello to everybody. Thank you all for joining today. Deborah says dragging around, but yes, excited. Yeah, super excited. And I feel you as well. Like it's kind of like an internal storm in a way, because you're having all of this excitement, and then you're also like, you feel like you're motivated, but you're not quite. You're just more of like really glad to be enjoying the moment that you're in. It's really bizarre. It's a fascinating combination. Yeah, thank you for your comment, Deborah. That's super exciting. Hi, all beautiful souls in Mila. Hello, good to see you, Vanya. How have all the solar flares impacted you? Yeah, we haven't even talked about the solar flares yet. In fact, I even grabbed a picture to show you guys. How we finally purged the old and boldly stepped into our new world. It certainly feels that way. Weird and unfamiliar. Aho, aho. Vanya, you're right. I felt it too. We jumped into, stepped, glided into this really awesome new timeline, new energy that we're in. Like it's a whole different thing, man. I'm trying to grab this photo for you guys. This is crazy. When I show this to you, you're going to be like, the flare that left the sun is bigger than we've had in 144 years. But it just worked out where the flare wasn't earth facing that we're talking about here, and it's just kind of fun to see. I'm trying to expand it real quick. I know you guys can't see it yet. I'm doing things on my end to upload it. Here we go. Okay. So, come back to you guys. Check this size. This is crazy. Look at this big giant flare. Come on, where is it? Oh, there it is. Check that flare out, man. See that coming off the side here? Now that wasn't earth facing, but I mean, you can see that the photograph, the lens spectrum isn't, serving us, but you can see how big it is. You can't see the entirety of it, but isn't that amazing? That's just wow. So just wanted to show you guys that because yes, and that we also got a flare that was earth facing. That was an X1, 1.4 actually. And so we've been enjoying those fluctuations in our energetic fields as well. The Schumann's been acting all kinds of funky lately. Just this is so fun too, that because the people that we have meetings with and Zoom meetings and sessions and stuff, we have conversations and it's fun because we've all been getting that the Schumann resonance, the measurement used that from the Schumann resonance isn't going to be what we're measuring anymore. So it's going to stop working because the frequencies have gone so high up. And just then all this crazy stuff started going on with Schumann. Anyway, so we all know we're getting some massive energy coming in the Schumann's not really showing it. Vegan's here too. Good to see you. Beth, good to see you. I'm glad you're able to come live too. A lot of stuff going on. If this energy that's incoming right now is affecting you in an unpleasant way, a lot of grounding type techniques are really, really useful for this type of energy that we're moving into. Like the energy's good. It's just it can be a lot for many of us, especially if we don't have the opportunity to eat as clean. If we have to eat things that are processed and stuff, we notice if that's the option that's available to us, then we notice more of these symptoms, and so it can actually be really helpful to, if you can, integrate more fresh food into your daily intake and, clean water, spring water. We don't drink anything but spring water, like you can taste what's in there. It just, whatever you can do. I mean, everybody's financially in a different way. So it's good to see you today, Deborah. Klaisu Wan says, this is really changing in ways I have never seen before. Yeah. It's so beautiful. And guys, did you guys see the spiral in the sky thing? This countdown? I don't think I have any of them on my computer, but there's this spiral that you can see over a bunch of different countries. I've been posting about it on Facebook. I'm pretty sure I put it in Telegram. I might not have. I'll try to remember to make a note to put that up. So on Facebook as well. But anyway, I'm sure a lot of you probably heard about it, but it turns out it looks like a countdown. And it's good. It's a good countdown. When that last one happened, when that energy shifted, that was when most of us at the same time all over the planet, our ears popped in this weird way. And it felt real wet, like all over the planet, no matter the climate, you know, all at that same time. And then, and it feels like completion. And this is the year of completion. And we just moved into the new moon that is Aries. And we have all of this, you know, let's do something about it energy, you know, that's coming in, you know, that this is the energy of a spiritual revolution. What's a real spiritual revolution? It's got nothing to do with war at all. It's got nothing to do with conflict. It's got to do with removing ourselves from conflict, no longer participating, you know. And some people get really excited and like to speak out loudly, and that's all. Whatever it feels right for you. I can say this: I'm not a loudspeaker. Like I don't go and like do big things, you know. But the best way to, and I don't know, like if someone tells me what not to say, that's when I get, oh, really? Well then, grab a chair. You know, and so I do have that energy about me. I am Aries, you know. I have a lot of Aries placements. So for me, with so many Aries placements, this is really invigorating energy that we're in. And it's the telling of, this is the prophecy. These are my prophecies that are happening right now. This is what we were talking about. This is why I started doing YouTube. This is why we became a presence, because I was waiting for that window of time between the ages of 44 and 46. And it had to do with Pluto. And it all made, I was told of this when I was 6, you know, when I first started to have contact. And we just got through my 46th birthday was 3 days ago, you know. So that's why I've been telling people my birthday's here, by the way. It's just another day for me. Like it's cool. You know, I kind of got over it when I was 10, but like it's you know, it's significant because it's a marking of the time that we're in. But for those of you who have wished me happy return, thank you very much. That was very kind of you. Good to see you, Josh. Welcome, Joshua. Welcome. I never felt like this. Yeah, dude. It's good. It's really good. It's like the best thing that can happen. You know, we're like in it right now. Amanda says, I have had weird feelings in my big toe. I wonder what foot it is. If it's your right foot, your right toe, that would be consistent with what everyone else is saying. Some people are having it on the other foot. So I'm just curious because, you know, like when someone's walking, there's the left foot, right foot. That's not two camps. They're both still parts of, you know, the moving vessel that is the body, you know. So some people have it in this wave and some people have it in this other wave. You know, it doesn't mean that it's correct or incorrect. Yeah, euphoria. It's been so euphoric, dude. I've been so I feel like I'm on something. I don't know how to explain it, you know, just, and then I also noticed right when it was started to happen, the euphoria started to come in really strong. I had a couple of interactions with people that aren't feeling that way and like full out verbally attacked me, and for no real reason. I don't know them, you know, but like it didn't even, what I found to be most difficult about that was to not chuckle while it was happening, just being like, how are you so far over there? What are you doing over there? But I didn't chuckle, and because I didn't want to, like, you know, hurt anybody's feelings, but it didn't affect me like at all. Like normally there's a little bit, you know, of like, you know, well, what's wrong with this person? How can I help or something? And I was just like, you're obviously busy spinning out, and you know, are you done? I kind of wanted to go over there. Yeah, that's kind of, it was, I mean, it almost sounds like I was cold, but it wasn't cold. It was lovingly just, you know, man, how are you so upset? Beth says, yes, feeling like crying. A lot of emotions coming out, you know, almost like you know, when you're PMSing or pregnant or something. We're just the emotions are just the barometer. It's just all over the world, you know. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm feeling it too. Just let it move through us. Emotion, energy in motion. It's not meant to stick around. Emotions are not intended to be, you know, visitors that sit down and, you know, find a place to sleep. They're supposed to move through. You know, they're visitors. So let yourself feel them so they can go. Is all that I've ever been guided to do, and it's worked. Leaning into emotions is more of a science than we realize. More of something that we require. It requires our intention while we're in it, because we naturally recoil. And when we do that, when we recoil, we stuff it and we stop. It's motion, which leads to stagnation, you know, and the stagnation energy we are actually leaving right now, you know, feeling that we've been stagnant and are ready to move forward, especially when Neptune moves into Pisces as it retrogrades. When it retrogrades, and that's going to happen in October 22nd, which is also the day that Frodo woke up when he asked Gandalf what day it was, by the way, or Gandalf said it's the 22nd of October, if you'd like to know. Right? I always wondered why that was a day there. What is that day for? Anyway, and so that's when, you know, people are ready to do something about it. Are ready to do something about the underdog. Ready to pursue things that you've always wanted to, and you've just never really made any action toward it. You know, that's what this window of time is going to be for, you know, a full year, you know, or excuse me, not a full year. It's from October 22nd to January 2026. So, you know, more than that. So anyhow, or excuse me, less than that. Excuse me. Anyhow, math, right? So this is all really good and amazing energy that we're getting. So if you're noticing that something's like guiding you to start creating, this is the time to do it. If something starts to guide you to try this new thing, maybe that you've thought about a while, now's the time to try it out. You know, it's a perfect time for it. You know, and this energy is meant for us to start to be able to get movement again, because the past 14 years we have been in the inhalation, and now we are in the initial phases of the exhalation. You know, okay, now it's time to do something, you know, and so give yourself time. Be a gradual process that will be required in order to do it fully. So, pardon me. Amanda says, oh, excuse me, Linda says, my big toe has been giving me pain too. Interesting. A lot of people are talking specifically about the big toe on the right foot. Just so you know, out of curiosity, if that feels what you guys are going through. Good to see you, Nina. Yeah, it's really fun. How many people now have said specifically their big toe on their right foot? So sometimes there's a report outside of the foot on the right foot. Occasionally it's the left, you know. So yes, I want to be motivated, but can't move. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, right, Amanda? That's definitely where we are. Weird dreams. Thank you for saying that, Info Red Riding Hood. Yes. A lot of weird dreams, new people coming in, new beings, new interdimensionals. What I don't really have the desire to classify them any longer. You know, you can tell who they are, and they come in sometimes in meditation, sometimes they're like straight up in front of you, you know, and they're presenting themselves, what they were doing. The reason that our ears all rang at the same time, I asked about it, and they're tuning us to their telepathy somehow. Like, I don't think it's like a radio where you can tune the reception, but I think there's something that more that they meant by tuning, you know. So I don't really know what that is though, but it's really interesting. And so that happened on between Tuesday and Thursday for most of us, but there's going to be a couple of waves of it to kind of help a little bit more understanding, you know. So anyway, weird dreams, we're having a lot of guidance, counsel. There's a lot of counsel like dreams where you're gathered around a table or a space with many different people and individuals and that are teaching us, guiding us. They're, giving advice as well as, advice, suggestions. They don't give advice, they give suggestions. And it's just really cool. I'm having a lot more of them too. And then here's something else that you'll notice that I find to be annoying, but I also understand it after I asked and they explained the reason for us to be awakened so frequently throughout the night and abruptly so is in order for more precise memory recollection, or dream recollection rather. This is in order to allow us to more correctly recall elements of the dream. When you are startled into wakefulness while in the depths of this dream-like state, this trance is what a dream is. Then when you're startled back into wakefulness, you recall the moment that was occurring right before that abrupt awakening moment. And that's why we're having so many moments that we're like, man, I just keep waking up, a couple, about every hour or every 2 hours. Some people say every 3 hours. This isn't to cause, to torture you or anything like that. This is to help you remember. So, because they're coming in, they're talking to us. Joshua, I feel that kind of ancestral grief sometimes. Yeah. Like I was listening to a Native American song the other day and suddenly felt that this deep sadness revolving around the land where I live. Yeah, we can very easily connect. We all have this power. Thank you for saying this, Joshua. We all have this, people call it power. It's feeling energy. We feel the energy of all things around us. We don't always interpret it or fully realize it. Sometimes it just feels like it came out of nowhere and hit you upside the head, whatever emotion you're feeling. But it actually is coming from specific places. There's a constant motion. It looks kind of like a lazy river, how emotion moves around the world and through the world and all things that reside on the world. It's always sharing. There's often like an anchor of energy, so meaning that it'll venture out and then kind of come back to itself, but that's after it blends and mingles and interacts with the world like a tree in the wind, and so, but just with longer limbs that can bend, and that's what energy feels and looks like. I know a lot of you have had conversations with me about this. I can see energy, and I'm probably not as good as most people, but I understand what I'm seeing, and the energy changed to rainbow on the 25th. The energy changed to like this powder baby colors, like pastels of rainbow. And there were other people who saw it happen. And when it came in, we shifted, guys. We're here. The energy looks different now. And so now what are we going to do about it? That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Now here you go. We're here. We made it. I made that meme about what Frodo when he was like, it's over. It's done. And I said impasse right now. The reason I made that meme was because that's what we feel like right now. We just got over the hard part. It takes a little while for the stickiness to kind of come off of something. So it's going to be over the process of the next, truly, 2033 is the end of this part that we're talking about, but 27 is going to be the best, for the rest of us, it's going to seem like it's already done. So I'm rambling a lot. I'm missing a lot of your comments. So let's get back to your comments. Weird and familiar is an understatement. Yeah, dude, it feels amazing though, huh? Our bodies haven't been here before. Hey, AG, good to see you. Say hi to your mom for me, will ya? Beth, hi, love hearing about the new timeline. Yeah, it shifted. And a lot of us interpreted it differently, so it's kind of fun. Toe pain is annoying. Yeah. I heard that about the flare also, Mila. It's very rare. Yeah, it's really super duper rare. Really uncommon. It's not done that in so long. And the fact that, it was really cool that we could capture it. Yeah, it was epic. It is epic. The energy we're in now too is wowie. Yeah, wow. Wow. I was gonna say wowza, and then I saw your and blended them. Mitchell, wait until that sunspot is earth facing. I know. Stefan has been going on about that one. Yeah, Stefan Burns is a really cool channel, by the way, for anyone who's interested. There's a couple of different channels that I subscribe to pretty much anybody, because I love giving that support to anybody else. It doesn't affect me in a negative way, having been subscribed to somebody. So I subscribe to pretty much everybody. However, I only really watch a few people right now. It changes. And like Pam Gregory is also good. I saw she posted a new one recently. I haven't gotten around to watching it just yet. Um, but she's always real precise and succinct to what's going on with astrology and stuff. And then Stefan Burns is really good. He also brings in astrology, but he's kind of more of like, um, he's like he's like a spiritual scientist. And it's really cool. Like I like that because I like the facts and stuff too, just because I follow certain things and you can't. It's comparing the notes kind of thing. It's really cool. He's a good channel. So anyway, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't even know these people. They're not friends of mine. They're the ones I watch. Colleen, hi, there she is. Hi, Mila and everyone. Love to Mila and everyone. Good to see you. Welcome. Morning, Elsa. Good morning. Yeah, dude. We had a really fun conversation yesterday, Elsa and I, for anyone who missed it. Man, that I was trying to keep that show condensed enough, meaning, not to go over too long. And we didn't I stopped myself so many times. You know, Elsa and I could do a show and it could go on for 7 hours and we wouldn't be done with what's going on just right now. There's so much happening, but we covered some of it. We were all over the place as usual. So, but I strongly encourage any of you to go check it out. It was a fun conversation. Good to see you again, Elsa. Stiff lower back. Yeah, I have been noticing this. It's 111 people here right now. That's fun when we get those kind of synchronicities. Yes, the lower back stuff I've been noticing too. I wasn't sure if it was because I just had some stuff going on with my car. The reason why I wasn't able to come on Wednesday, by the way, was my car difficulty. It had to do with the tire and a broken jack, and it was a whole thing. But in order to get assistance, I needed to not have a show on Wednesday or a group. We will be having our group Zoom meeting though this week. I probably better look to see. I haven't even turned my calendar. I can't remember who's on. It might be Guardian. It might be Guardian on Wednesday. Do this really quick here. Oh no, yeah. I think I have Guardian right there. So Guardian is the one that the show that we have coming up here in a couple of days on Wednesday. And then after that was loud. After the show with Guardian, then we will have a group Zoom meeting also on Wednesday. So that is the second. The Sombrero Galaxy was well placed, and there's a conjunction of Moon and Jupiter on that day also. Pardon me. And then the week after that, it's Elsa. I think she's coming on again. That was the plan, but we met earlier, so we'll see how that goes. It's going to be a fun week, though, or a fun month of shows. I have a whole calendar. Anyhow, so yeah, a lot has been coming in. And I thought that my lower back stuff might have been due to, messing around with my car for so long. And, if anyone else is having stiff lower back, I would be very interested because it blended in with activity that could be explained away. Good to see you, Kenny. Welcome. I feel so much more trustful and less heavy. All right, Mariette. Physically, my skin is purging, I guess. Lots of rash and also pain in my intestines, but a lot more energy all over. Yeah, dude. You describe it so well. Thank you for your comment. I feel it very much like this too. I've been noticing weird skin stuff, meaning like acne-like stuff that I haven't had issues with as coming back around. Where it's like rash on your skin kind of stuff. Before when this happened, they talked about it and said that it had to do with, you're sweating out toxins, things that don't serve you. And it's affecting your pores and your skin. So, bathing, and I don't mean like to say that someone not bathing is going to have issues. It's just, let me say that differently. Wow, that was really funny. Are you guys feeling that energy of influx we're getting right now? Something really big is coming in like this very second. It's really distracting, but it's awesome. Anyway, if you don't want to take a more than one bath a day, is what I was trying to say before, you can always do like a sponge bath kind of concept. And what I mean is getting a washcloth that's, moist, that's kind of wet, damp, and then sprinkle a little bit of Epsom salt on it. And then just the areas that are you're having skin irritation happening, just kind of rub that on that area of your skin. This will release and relieve a lot of the difficulty that you're having. So that really helps. So, man, that was pretty crazy energy, man. That was really cool. That was really neat. I've been getting that a lot the past days. Stiff neck. Kids bought me a wooden small rubbing comb. Really soothes. Interesting. So neck, back. I don't know if I clicked this. I want chocolate this week. Yeah, it's funny. So I'm doing this weird thing. My body really does not want to eat anything, but I have considered chocolate. That's really funny. I've been on a blueberry binge. Yeah, just eating is really different right now. The spot was so cool, wasn't it? I know I'm really behind, so now I'm trying to catch up on the comments. Terry, I've been going outside a couple times a day and feeling very discombobulated while outside. It's been raining and snowing here and cloudy. I'm still going outside regardless. Awesome. Yeah, me too. I've been feeling very much this way too. You guys just saw an example of lifestyle. Just so almost not fully present in some way. Don't feel fully anchored here. Hey, it's 333. Something. I know we're in this motion now. We're actually moving out into this better, more aligned frequency and energy. And so it does feel, I'm really glad you're going outside though. How long did the spiral go for? Is it still going? I love the spiral. I know, actually, I don't know. I hope that someone answered in the comments. I've seen the single example, but from many different vantage points and from different countries as well. Wet right ear pop. Okay. Yep. See, a lot of people are having it, man. Aries energies, smiley warriors. That's right, dude. There's so many things in Aries right now. It's not just that we're in Aries season. It's that planets are changing their orientation into Aries. We're in the Aries new moon. We just we're just left the one corridor set of eclipses. Now we have eclipses regularly. This isn't a rarity in itself, but being lined up how it's lined up to where the first set of eclipses fit around an equinox, and then the second set also fit around an equinox. The last eclipse, the one that's the solar eclipse on September 21st. Well, September 21st is also the equinox. It's such a uncommon occurrence for this to happen. And so Spirit actually calls this, what we're in now, the corridor of corridors. So because it's lined up the way that it is, we got 6 months of this amazing energy. And of course, it lines up pretty closely to when Neptune goes into Pisces. Neptune goes into Pisces on October 22nd. So there's a lot happening. I'm going to make sure I said that right. I think it's October. Yeah, that's right. On October 22nd. And so it's just a month or so after that. It's crazy, dude. I mean, we utilize this energy is why I keep going. I keep banging on this drum because this is what Spirit shows me. It's The energy is seen in this example as the what's raining down upon you from a shower. And they talk about it and say you can either choose to get into the shower with an umbrella or you can go with a bucket. So you can collect, you can use the energy that's being presented. So this 6-month window of time that we're just now starting today is an energy of collecting and utilizing this frequency that's coming in. These light codes you're being given, they're yours. They're your birthright. It's not like you're accepting something humbly from somebody who's just really, their grandeur. It's they're giving you back your own stuff. Your sovereignty, your right to be you. It's all coming back in, and so there's going to be a lot of recollection, a lot of past life regression type memories that happen organically without seeing, a therapist or a QHHT specialist or practitioner or anything like that. It'll just going to start coming in more and more. Yeah, the prophetic is so much fun. When we're actually here, we made it. I'm feeling the same. Leo sun in tropical, and I'm very nice. I'm a very nice person, but damn, some people need to be informed. Yeah, dude, it's just, man, that's funny. Brittany, you're hilarious. Yeah, I did get that. For me, it was just I'm just really noticing it a lot more. Yeah, that's so funny. You're hilarious. Spin beings, or else says 40, 44 to 46, the markers. Yeah, yeah. And these are the markers so we just got past the 46 marker. The 46 marker was 3 days ago. That was 2 days or a day and a half before the solar eclipse, the two suns rose, the two sun risings. And so, yeah, we're here, dude. It's just going to be getting better and better. And this is about us figuring out how to balance these energies in us, in ourselves. This is new for our bodies. I like the Tony's Chocolonely. Tony's Chocolonely. Oh, sorry, they're talking to each other about they love the chocolate. Chocolates, there's some stuff about chocolate. Even the purest eaters that I talk to eat chocolate. There's something there. And, there's different types of chocolate too. The night of the eclipse here in Texas, we had the worst thunderstorms. Yeah, we had some crazy weather here too. But I mean, not anything like what you guys got down there from what I hear. And a bit east of us too. We tend to be in this little pocket where big weather goes around us, which I really like that we're here. But we can still enjoy it too. The energy of that storm. Yep, never felt like this. Sums it all up. That's right, Elsa. It's a whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes, right? Egan. Mine too, left, but it switches sometimes. Very interesting. It's so bizarre. Hi, Joyce. Good to see you. Yes, vegan, 90% dark is so good. You guys are so cute. Chocolate, dude. Chocolate's really important. Hello, good to see you. 5D Sky Marie. There we go. Hello, everyone. I wish you a safe and prosperous and abundant week ahead. Peace, love, and light to you, Pamela. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Welcome. Straight after our show, 2 blue skies day after 7 days fog. So cool. Awesome, Elsa. I'm so glad the fog was lifted for you. It's easy, says Joshua, to laugh at the absurdity of it all sometimes. It really is. It really is. Just like, wow, you're really upset. Who are you? Why are you upset with me? Typically, I find that in these big shifts, these big energy shifts, I remember the first time I really noticed it was the Y2K shift that we had. I don't know how many of you remember the spiritual shift we had in Y2K, but that was the first time I really noticed it. I think I was like 20 or 21. And anyway, when these kind of shifts happen, we take on a new frequency of light, of energy. And truth be told, it pisses some people off. Our light shines so brightly. It's like that neighbor trying to sleep and you have one of those massively bright lights that like is always on, that kind of irritation, but more, because the words that is told me are, the shadow cannot stand before the light, and so it bolts, it runs, it flees, and often when that's happening, there's some type of an attack. Now, I'm not saying physical attack, just like this, like snapping at you. So if you're noticing a lot of people around you that are behaving that way, glow your bubble brighter. That's the best thing that I can tell you. And that's what I do. I glow the bubble brighter, and it actually helps them. And in those that it doesn't help right away, it brushes them on. Go be upset, finish it up, and come back, and we can be happy again. And it works. It really works. So you're helping everybody. I have also lovingly detaching from people I used to try to save. Yeah, it just as I said that too. It's really interesting, but that's really what we're doing. It's, you can't help them when they're not ready to be helped. They have to go off and send them the light. That helps, to some degree, and they'll be back. If they're meant to be, they'll be back. Or someone that looks and acts just like them. And I've learned that too. It's what happens in this life. Recoils, spirals, loving this. Need more chocolate, Mila. I know, dude. I guess I do. I recently, my body isn't reacting to chocolate the way I used to. It's giving me heartburn, and I'm not. It's like actual real chocolate. I'm not talking about like Hershey's or something, but I mean, I'll use cacao and stuff, and my body just doesn't want any of it, even though I feel like I might want it. You know what I mean? It's really bizarre. So I don't know how to be back and forth with that. So I've been having some really serious acid reflux stuff. I'm just wondering, maybe some of you are having it too. 5D Sky Marie, you're right, Pamela. Can't start over, but we can move forward. We can totally move forward, and we're moving on now. And so as we step into this, yeah, I know, Tolkien knew, didn't he? It's crazy how many things he knew about. October 22nd, if you'd like to know. I've always wondered what that one was about. I knew that was something. Since the first time I ever saw that, I was like, wait, I think my strong emotions, I think of my strong emotions like when I was almost ready to push out my daughter in labor, push hard and lean in because it's almost over. Yeah. That's exactly right. That's a really good analogy. You lean into it and just get through it. Like it's when you get through it, what that means is that you're just like, I'm just going to have it. I've noticed that when I lean into, for instance, sadness, profound sadness, that it's better done when I'm laying on my back, because then that's the way Spirit even told me. It's kind of funny. They said that I can then utilize my belief in gravity, is how they worded it. I think that was really funny. And so what I'll do is it's like the sadness is like a film or water that is like across the air kind of, and then like let it lean down over me. So it's like it's like you move through it, like you're moving through like a layer of water. And as it moves through, you're just accepting it in and just saying, okay, we're going to feel you all the way, cheers, and great sadness moves through. Then it starts to, so this is your body laying down now. Then you start to grow these roots of it down into Terra, down into the earth below you. And as those little energies of like the roots, as they dig into the ground, they also are bringing all other stagnant energy of that sort down with it and to be transmuted into Terra. It's really easy and weird, because before I would avoid sadness too, but I was chronically depressed for the good portion of my life, the vast majority of my life rather. And now I'm not, and I started to do this. I started to lean into it and let it just move through. And there's an immediate sensation of euphoria after it's moved over like the front of your face and into like almost mid-ear range, you start to feel it and you feel the release of it. So you know that you're doing it, like it's the most bizarre thing. It's kind of almost in a meditative state. You're kind of putting yourself in a kind of trance almost. So if that would help, I really like your example, Amanda. Underdog, actions, actions. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's about spiritual revolution, man. It really is. I said that already once, but it's a revolution doesn't have to look like what we've been told a revolution is supposed to. Revolutions are us stepping into our power, into our sovereignty, noticing, of being allowed to notice your power in yourself. We're not here to hurt anybody. It's like coming out of birth canal. It really is. It's like we're birthing right now. Yeah, Olivia too. It's my little toe on my left foot. Interesting. I'm such a rebel. That's so funny. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's different. Everybody's got different stuff going on. Like I'll bet there's other people who've already commented my baby toe too. The dreams are so crazy right now. There's so many of them, and they're just coming in all the time right now. Big toe on the right foot. The pain, the pain is gone today. The last 2 days, almost couldn't walk. Olivia have the same thing. It's the craziest thing how consistent these things are. When we didn't talk about this before, we didn't know everybody else was having the same thing at the same time. And a lot of times we explained it away, and sometimes we went and talked to a doctor and they gave us medication. And they didn't even know if it was going to help. They're like, well, we'll just treat this like symptom. And then, that whole new story starts. So it's cool we can talk about it now. I mean, in every climate, where it's spring, where it's fall, where it's winter, where it's dead of summer, head, shoulders, knees and toes. You're funny. Patriot Hero, I feel like my life is falling apart. I just don't want to deal with anything. There is a lot of people that are having this like last bit because of the purging, to do with the purging. I would be interested to know what placements you have in your chart. I know that sounds weird to say that, but you can actually do this for free too. If you know the time that you were born, helps even better. But what's most important is the day and the place that you were born at, because your star chart is based on how the stars were the moment you were brought into this world. Pardon me. And they tell a story that really do impact us. And as we're moving, these celestial bodies are moving in a big way right now. And so if there's certain placements that you have in your star chart, it's called a natal chart. You can even just like get on a search engine and look it up, free natal chart, and you can find a lot of different examples of it. There's some, they're pretty thorough. They're thorough enough. You can also have someone do it professionally for you, and they'll give you more insight into it. Anyhow, notice where your Neptune is placed, and if it's in conflict with what's going on with, for instance, with Aries right now, it's going into Aries. For me, I'm invigorated by it. For me, I'm empowered by it. And for some, I did understand. For some, it could be difficult, and this might help. I feel like this will help a lot, because when we understand what's going on, then a lot of the disempowerment stuff that we experience along with it leaves, and it assists the experience. It becomes easier to do it because then you understand, what's going on, and so, and I really like this comment from Infrared Riding Hood. Take a break and do what you want. There's a lot of really good things happening right now that sometimes don't feel that great, and it's stuff that we're all of us are meant to be shedding certain things. And I'm not saying that's true about what your experience is right now, Patriot Hero. However, a lot of purging of relationships shedding of relationships is the way that they word it, are happening right now. We don't always realize that what's going on has to do with the fact that we've been in these shared spaces with another energy that are so much in conflict with us and with where we're going. So when we are continuing our spiritual trajectory, a lot of times that doesn't include other individuals, and that they instead are pulling us down. Now, that is not advice that I'm giving you as an individual patriot hero. This is what's going on for a lot of people, and so um, I'll keep you in my heart, patriot hero. This is a time of great change, and not always does change feel great. A lot of times it feels like growing pains, and especially when we have been doing this for so many life cycles, not only that, but so many decades in this body too, and conditioning and just getting used to doing certain things in certain ways. And so for those of us who've been around for a bit longer, we find it more difficult to unburden ourselves of these limitations. Notions is the phrase or the word that Spirit gave me when they were telling us about this. I actually meant to I wrote something out that was a channeled message, semi-channeled message, regarding notions that I put on in Telegram. I think that I'll also post it up in Facebook and YouTube. So, but this has to do with releasing ourselves of these limitations that we thought were the reality that we aren't actually in, it turns out, kind of thing. So a lot of us are going through this right now, and it's not always easy. Feeling the depth of my soul, longing for love, for real love and passion. It can feel lonely amidst a lot of superficiality. Yes, I hear you. You know, it's changing. I'm noticing that it's changing a lot more. I mean, everybody lives different places, I know, but for my particular experience, I'm finding that it's more and more easy to meet people like us in the world, just like regular people. Like it's really surprising and cool. These people know what's going on. They follow this information. Maybe some of it they don't know, but they are aware of most of it, and they're just 9 to 5ers. So like there's a lot of stuff that's becoming easier. It just takes time for everybody to feel comfortable enough to come out, and speak it out around mixed groups. And it's then that we realize how many in that group are of the same mind. Pam Gregory is my galactic grandmother. Awesome, Brittany. Yeah, she's cool. She's really cool. She's got this really cute like energy. She's English, and so she's real proper and everything. It's really cute. And she's right on. She gets her. She is very thorough in her compilation of information. I haven't even been on X in days, says Infrared Riding Hood. I'm sure all kinds of stuff is kicking off, but I had to take care of me. Yeah, or had to meet. There you go. Had me to take care of. There you go. Yeah, I don't participate in those. I do go on Facebook, and I don't typically know what's going on unless it's in a meme. I don't stay on there very long. Sometimes I'll get caught in the reels because there's some really fun stuff that I've always wondered about, or I've kind of knew but not really come out in some of the reels. But I guess it's kind of like TikToks, but it's like spiritual stuff. But for the most part, I don't really participate. I really don't. So I don't really always know what's going on in the news. I typically don't know what they're telling us unless it makes it into a meme. It was a broad show, her show. Condense too funny. I too have a tooth issue. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on with teeth, and the throat chakra, the whole mouth area. People talking about like stuff to do with like where the jaw joint is. I guess it's called the jaw joint. I can't remember. It's called something else. But I'm the medical term person, so that's my first thing in my head. Anyway, like this is a clavicle, right? Anyway, but a lot of people have been having this area. If this is also you right now, know that you're not alone. There is a meditation that we did that was focused around this. Goodness, 3 meditations ago. I posted it in Telegram. In Telegram, if you're in that group, or if you're not, you can join by the link below. It's free. Um, it there's a section, they call them folders or sub communities or something. Topics, I think, is what they call it in that. But what it is like the different sections, and there's one section that I just put all the different meditations throughout. I do group meditations, I do guided meditations, and they're free. And we focused on this throat stuff. Now I understand why. And a lot of people have been reporting throat stuff. Yes, I'm having horrible back pain, says Terry. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I really, it's easy to explain it away with when you have something else going on. I didn't know. I can relate with that, feeling more pain and discomfort at times, but much better able to handle it, says Joshua. More energy overall. Things just don't seem like a big deal anymore. Yeah, it's really weird, right? And you're just kind of like mildly entertained, if not slightly put off, but for the most part, just it's not a big deal. All of it, lots of itching and blurred vision. Terry, you're a lot of people are reporting that. A lot of stuff going on with the eyes, and itchiness. I was actually doing something with that just before I came on. Yeah, a lot of stuff with this eye stuff. Lois says, I had a few nights of lower back pain, which I typically don't have. Okay. A lot of people. Yeah, it's bloopy bloop bloop. I love your words. I really do, P Factor. You're so cool. Feeling very euphoric. Awesome, Kenny. I'm glad that you're on the euphoria side. And everyone's gonna get to this euphoric side. It's not those who made it and those who didn't, just so you guys know. We're all coming over here. It's just the visual they always give me is not a headband, but that's what I'm using. Okay, so this headband is us. Now let's say that I'm right here and maybe you're right here. And the chin is the measuring stick, or the destination, the place that you are at. Now, just because the headband on this corner touches my chin first, and this one hasn't yet, doesn't mean that it's not going to in a second, and doesn't also mean that it's not made some type of boat or ship or missed their flight. We're all on this ascension together. We're all in it, and we're all here. And so if somebody is feeling something that you're not yet, because I know a lot of us are feeling this euphoria, and there are others who might be rather frustrated with hearing these stories. And so that's why I'm telling you this now, is that yours is coming because you're here on it with us. Don't give up. Don't fall into the mire of that sadness stuff that we do. And, one of the things that I found to be the most profound stories or guidance from spirit has to do with belief, giving yourself the excuse to believe something completely. Just suspend all the things that you have always used to break something down and to find that a slight improbability about that thing. And for just a moment, just a few days, if possible, but even if it's for 5 minutes, just suspend the unlikelihood parts of your brain that tells you something's unlikely and believe completely in the thing. This experiment is to show you your own power, because once you release your disbelief, then you are all in spirit. Belief, 100%, especially if you can achieve 100%, is the way to maneuver and create the reality you're experiencing. It's how you jump timelines. It's how you decide the life that you're going to experience here. And so cynicism is not something that is a bad quality to its, mild extent. However, just for a moment, releasing the cynicism, releasing the disbelief, and taking a moment to be your childlike self in belief, awe, and wonder of the experience, the moment that you're in, knowing that whatever intention that you have set and are setting in this ceremony, because it's a ceremony, even if it's for a few minutes, in this ceremony, the intention that's been set will begin to occur truly, and you'll see how to manifest. It's got all to do with the amount of disbelief that we're still holding on to. Usually we'll hold on to that amount of disbelief to try to not set ourselves up for failure. We don't want to grow our expectations too large in order to be like a premeditated resentment, right? I had a friend that used to call that expectations premeditated resentment, and it's very much like that, where we think that is a safeguard, and so we utilize it and we emphasize it in ourselves often. And by doing that, we're taking away from the effectivity, the ability of the manifestation, of the desire to heal, of the desire to create this or that or the other thing, where you are your own creator. You can do it. So that was a semi-channeled message that was really important to talk about. Vegan Vixen says, I'm taking bentonite clay each morning. It detoxes so much crap out of the body. Awesome. There's a lot to this. I've heard a lot about it. Chocolate takeover. Yeah. Yeah, everybody wanted to talk about chocolate for a bit. Yeah, it's all about chocolate. Let's see. My cousin has just had and showed me the pictures he took here in Yorkshire of the spiral. Very cool. He said there were lights flying near it. Yeah, I also saw examples of it. You could see UFO like activity. It may have even been because there was a couple other lights that are moving around out there. I kind of wonder if it was also like some man-made stuff that was also trying to inspect it, along with what was clearly non-man-made craft by the way that they were able to maneuver. It's really interesting. It was like everybody showed up for the party. Yeah, even doing any triangle stretch over gut makes for good toots. Thank you, P Factor. All right, let's see. I should probably start to wrap this up. It's just past the hour. Iron and chocolate assist connectivity. Autocorrect made it. Oh, well, I didn't click the wrong one, I don't think. So that's awesome. Iron, thank you. Maybe I should see what the one you said before that. I can't find it. Maybe I did click it. I just don't remember reading it. Yes, people at work just seem to be extra annoyed by me this week. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're gonna get a lot more of this probably. Yeah, thank you for your comments. Send love to the aspect of them and you. That's right, Kenny. I love this. There is no separation. Exactly. And like I react to it like I would like to be reacted to. I'm not gonna be okay with someone trying to change me when I'm in it. That person can then choose. Are they going to be the martyr today? Or are they just going to let that person spin out and they let them do their thing while you do your own? I'll be over here in this awesome energy when you're done and you can come back. Like Jack Sparrow said, what a man can do and what a man can't do. If you can't do anything about it, don't worry about it and stay present. Yeah, exactly. Acid tummy here too. Either salt water or vinegar water assisting. It's one or the other. Yeah, I've been noticing that my body does respond really well to salt, salt and then water with it when it comes to acidity. But something's up with, I don't know. We're figuring it out. It might be because some other ingredient that I'm using, because what I'm end up doing is, because I want to use cacao, I'm using it to make things, so maybe it's another ingredient. It's something that's not cool with my body. I can see the energetic third set of teeth in my gums. I have full faith they will grow in when they're ready. Thanks, Cara. Yeah, I've been noticing this too. There's been a lot about this, and coconut pulling has really started the process of like connecting with your oral health, and your just talking to your teeth, kind of. It's in an energetic way, by taking care of this oil pulling. It's not the favorite thing to do. It's medicine though, like, so you take a small amount, like a teaspoon or so, more, whatever works for you. I usually use like one of the small spoons that we used to eat, and that's how much I use anyway, and just swishing them around your mouth for 10 minutes. And then when you're done, you spit it out. 10 minutes or more. Some people will say 25 minutes. I've seen that a few times. But spitting it out, not into the sink though, because it does harden against cold temperatures. And most people have colder pipes when they get underground, and it can clog up and it can cause all kinds of issues. So spitting it into a vessel, or into the toilet, or I guess not the toilet either. But what I do is I spit it into a jar usually, just because I'm curious. And then that usually goes in the garbage. But because you can see what comes out of your mouth, it's kind of reinforcing. You are full of wisdom, Mila. You have been oh, thank you. You have been connecting me to wisdom I didn't trust before I found your channel. Wow. Well, thank you very much, Amanda. I truly appreciate that. That really means a lot to hear that. Thank you very much. I'm always so happy to hear such things. Thank you. I'm really glad that I grabbed your comment. Elsa says, really funny how it starts with all there were so many Kazimis, right? Same last year too. Then bigger energies come in. Yeah, and we hadn't even covered, the earthquakes that have been happening all over the place, crazy stuff lining up with a lot of things. There is so much. I have so many notes here but today's the significant of right this moment, to not overwhelm you with more information. But today is the day that Neptune now is shifted into Aries, and shifting into Aries for a little while until October 22nd, when it shifts in retrograde. It goes into retrograde motion until January 2026. So that retrograde period is pretty short. During that time, there'll be a lot of stuff to do with water. We're going to have a lot of water kind of things happening. Remember that we're mostly water. That's one of my favorite quotes that I've never forgotten from Star Trek: The Next Generation, when it was airing live back then. When it was once a week, you couldn't buy them. You couldn't stream it. You couldn't push pause unless you recorded it with your VHS or VCR. Anyway, was that an ET called the humans ugly bags of mostly water, and that stuck with me. I think I was 9, maybe 8, I don't know. And it's so true though. And because we're bags of mostly water, they said ugly bags, but we're beautiful. Is that these containers of water are very much affected by things to do that affect other water. You talk about Dr. Emoto. You can look him up. Emoto, Emotto, I believe is how you spell his name. That's his last name. And his study of water, how you can change the water. You can change the beauty of the water by saying loving or unloving things to it. Music, frequencies, change it. Well, this happens inside of our own water as well. And when great things are shifting regarding water, so too do they in our bodies. And so between October 22nd and I believe it's the beginning of January 2026, we're going to notice a lot of things going on regarding water. you know, and so that's down the road. Right now we're moving into this Aries energy, and what's more is that Saturn also moves into Aries. That doesn't happen till May 25th. I think it's May 25th that motion occurs. So that's down the road. We'll just notice more and more of this Aries energy coming in. You know, it's all about action and doing and playing. Just do it, you know, and just all of these things that we've had an inkling of are starting to come through as a full understanding and thought. So it's really cool. It's really neat. I do need to get going on, but I will be back on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure I have Guardian that day. I'm going to double check. I put my phone someplace else, and that's where I keep the main notes. I just put notes occasionally up regarding that on this particular calendar. So I'll let you guys know. And then we will be doing our Zoom meeting afterward. Starting, if you're watching this live, we will have we'll be starting. We would have been starting our meeting in like 19 minutes or something like that. So not today though. This will be on Wednesday for the Northern Hemisphere, Thursday for the Southern Hemisphere, and I look forward to seeing you all there. This is some amazing energy. Use the energy as the only. Just do it exactly. Use this energy for your benefit. It's a gift, and it belongs to you. It's your gift. Is why it's confusing. People sometimes think that a gift means that someone's giving something that is of great value that they could use themselves. This is yours. It's only used by you. And it's just about you choosing to reach out and grab it and say, thank you for this part of me. I've been missing this piece of my puzzle. And now I can go on and continue for further in this mission that I have chosen to participate in and to embody. So I thank all of you, Aries, smiley warriors, cheer Saturn up. Yeah. Let's cheer Saturn up for full show. I love that. Yeah, I love all of you so much. Hi, the film with the bleep has the emoto water scenes if you're visual. The film. Oh, what the bleep? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That is I forgot about that film. I saw that in the theater. And I was so annoyed by going to see that at the time. I didn't know what I was going to go see, but it was really cool. It was a good thing. Yeah, it came out in like 2002 or something. It was quite some time ago. Anyway, sending you all so much love. I will see you in a couple of days. Hang in there. And like I said, you can either get into the shower with an umbrella or buckets. I'm taking as many buckets as I can. Spending as much time as you can in meditation, meaning try to meditate every day, if you can. Not everybody does. And allow yourself to do something idle that is like sketching or even cleaning the house. And that often will bring you into a meditative state. So this should help a lot. Anyway, I love all of you, and I will talk to you soon. I hope.